Om Shanti. Today we're going to discuss how to remain stable in an unstable environment. We have Andrew Bhai here to share Baba's knowledge with us. So Andrew Bhai, everyone feel very anxious staying indoor these days. What would you like to share on this question?
The whole process of being with yourself for extended periods of time and also being with others that we may be clashing with and end up not on the best terms after being in this situation for who knows how long. And it's well worth, I see it as taking an opportunity, really, because the life that we've been leading up to now, where you can sign up to any amount of courses and do what you want when you want with your free time and go and enjoy the countryside and the sunshine and other people's company. We're very much social creatures, and then all of a sudden, we realise we've got this kind of conditioning whereby human beings are really become human doings rather than human beings, where you're programmed from the word go that achievement is something that you go out there and become a success story in and exercise your qualities, and then all of a sudden all those things, just like the prisoner really, when all his freedoms taken away. And when you actually look at the word stability, it's the ability to stay, basically, the ability to stay patient, the ability to stay tolerant, the ability to observe, to stay in an observation state of awareness, everything that's to do with staying, which people aren't very well conversant with. So, I was breaking the word down, stability, and I realised that it's not really anything to do with what's happening to us. It's the fact that there are certain qualities inside of ourselves that haven't been exercised, really, so we don't know how to stay peaceful, to stay in an observation state of our own mind.
So is this the reason I feel anxious staying indoor? Because I don't know how to experience the peace within. And
well, we didn't always feel trapped in the same place. We could be at home and we could feel free from work, so it wasn't the actual place of home that made us feel trapped, but it was actually that we're now trapped by our own minds, really. So we're kind of locked in a mind that we feel a discomfort. That's not to say that the mind's to blame for that, but there's a conditioning that's taken place that doesn't allow us to actually start to go further inside, deeper than the mindset is, and start to experience the one that's having problems with the mind.
But I was busy at work and I'm busy at home as well.
Yeah.
So my mind is busy, whether it's outside the home or inside the home. But so where is the anxiety coming from?
Yeah, but I understand that the mind is busy, but are you busy with the mind? Because there's two different things going on there, and there always will be and always has been, but we always lived by that kind of code. An empty mind is a devil's workshop. The devil makes work for idle hands. That which is empty clatters a lot. So we chose the road to keep the mind extremely busy, basically, and we thought that was the answer. But in actual fact now, the mind's focused on, is saying, right, you're stuck here with this person or these people, or even stuck with your own self. And this word stuck, what words do to the mind is it makes the mind feel stuck, and it makes us feel stuck with the mind.
So how do I free my mind?
Yeah, you start to think outside of the box, basically. You start to have the thoughts that aren't related to that situation. So the situation is peaceless, and I start to think of myself as peaceful. The situation is one of great impatience at times, and I step back and start to see myself as a very patient being. That which I don't believe, basically. I've believed in myself to be intolerant, impatient. I believe that I've got a lot of anger, a lot of impatience. Now make that conscious choice to believe in the self to be a peaceful, patient, tolerant, cooperative. When I feel uncooperative with my friends and family, I start to think of myself as being cooperative. So I'm actually exercising that which is has not been exercised, basically. As soon as I felt uncooperative with others, I might have aired those before and say to X, Y, Z, the reason why I'm not being cooperative with you, I'm being intolerant with you, is because what you've done. Now I've got to say it to my own intolerance. So I've got to have the ability to stay in a place where I'm not used to staying.
But my problems are the worries. How am I going to survive? I need money to feed my family. I have worry of, will I lose my job? What will happen to my future, of my family and my future? So in this crisis, in this time, it's very difficult to create a positive thought that I'm peaceful and I'm patient, but I'm not. I don't feel patience. So it will be very hard, even if I force myself to have these positive thoughts. I don't think it will last very well.
No, but the reality of it is that everything the bad that happens comes to pass, basically. So you've got the sanctuary that these things have come and these things have gone in the past. Nothing bad lasts forever. It has a beginning point, it has a middle point, it has an end point. So we've basically got to see that through. You will deal with those things anyway, regarding shortage of money, whatever's meant to happen will happen. You will deal with it as time goes on in your own way. And normally people go through this worry, this depression, this fear, and sometimes guilt as well. And then the qualities then start to work for them, and we've got this stamina within us that we don't always realise is there. We should have more faith in our own goodness, basically in our own inner strength, because the only reason why people have the habit to worry is, well, one, because they've got the habit to worry, and two, because they don't have enough faith in their own goodness, their own inner strength. And the person is as peaceful as they allow themselves to be. If they start to have more faith in being the peaceful soul, watching the situation, the scenario, they realise there's two things going on. So, the worry, the worry has been there anyway, whether it was this situation or another situation or another situation. People have always been worriers. People have always been complainers. When there's nothing to complain about, they seem to bond by complaining with each other. They find things to worry about too. If there's nothing to worry about, they worry that there's nothing to worry about. So it's a very bad habit which we've used to bond with each other. Now start to see the silver lining and start to make the silver lining into the whole cloud, so that you actually become like a walking, talking good example of positivity. and you'll find that the situation goes on, but its effect becomes less and less. Because we're not really talking about things that happen, we're really talking about the effect of things that happen, because worry is a state of mind, peacelessness is a state of mind. So it could be this thing, it could be something else, but people have become drama queens, basically. They've dramatised things out of all proportion, they've used their imagination in a very negative way. 95% of the things that people imagine don't happen.
So you mean that I worry all the time whether
It's that.
if it's coronavirus or something else.
Yeah.
If the coronavirus passes, it was something else will worry me at the same level.
We find ways to bond, because we're social creatures. We find ways to bond with people. So if I say something to you and it doesn't have the effect that I would like it to have, so that I can draw your attention, because that's what I'm after. I'm after power, basically. My bond with you is a bond with getting power, and you could be taking that power and I could be taking your power. We think we're getting power, but we're in actual fact draining each other's power. And if I say something to you and it doesn't have the necessary effect on you, because it's help, I'm feeding off that, and it doesn't have, then I'll dramatise it more, I'll exaggerate it more, I'll add a little bit here and a little bit there, and eventually if I don't get the power from you, I'll be saying to you, I'll be arguing with you, why you don't give me that power, why aren't you feeding me like you normally feed me, you're not a good friend to me, and I might even choose someone else, but I can't with the coronavirus, because we're all in that situation of lockdown, so it means I've got to actually work harder on you. You might be working harder on me. I'm beginning to ignore you. You're beginning to ignore me, because we can't sit in a comfortable silence together, because we've lost that bond of peace. We created a different vibration. So we're creating a vibration of peace and security with each other, me with my peace, you with your peace, and we're creating a dance.
So would you help us doing this kind of meditation to create peace within and create the good vibration in our home?
Yeah, let's do that. Sitting in silence and separating the self from the world outside. Physically, I'm in a separate situation from the world outside, but spiritually, I need to separate myself from even a single thought of what's going on in the outside world, drawing inwards towards a core of peace that is centered at the center of the forehead. In my mind's eye, I can see a flow of peace flowing from inside to outside, bringing a solution to the outside world. Before, I never thought of myself solution to the outside world. What I am and what I have inside is needed outside. I don't need anything from outside to inside, but the solution to everything of the outside world is peace, vibrations of silence, and pure feelings of light. And I have that in abundance.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Andrew Bhai.